but like some variation on a berry?
Yay!
Okay.
Berries!
It is now time for the start of the service. Welcome back, Rena. Welcome back, Danny. And we are going to begin on page 10 with Hine Matov.
Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Here we go. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is,
How good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is,
to be together on this day. Just repeat after me. How good it is,
how good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is,
to be together on this day. One more time. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad.
So, what is your favorite aspect of Purim? And it can't be prune hamantashen. What theme connected with the holiday resonates most significantly with you? Queen Esther
Masks.
is not freedom. Anybody else? Freedom from? How about religious persecution? Whatever the opposite of a grogger is, that's the sound we should be making. Anybody else? What's your favorite theme connected with the book of Esther? Persian food? Royalty? Courage. How about, does anybody know why? For a long time I taught people that Vashti was a significant person in the book. What does she say to our young women? Don't agree to appear only wearing a royal crown if the man or woman in your life insists that you do. If you don't know this story, we need to read it together, because her husband had a drunken party for 30 days, and he said, come on here, wife, and dance only with your... And she said, no. And you'll see that in the skit. What I want us to focus on is not what's disjointed in society, not what the difficult parts of things going on in Israel, or maybe in our own lives. I think that Purim says that we can take a step away from craziness in the world, maybe metaphorical craziness, and then bring our desire for peace and beauty and kindness and laughter and love into the sanctuary. Because laughter and beauty and kindness go a long way. Beauty and kindness and laughter can be understood in a variety of ways. Beauty is not only that Esther won the beauty pageant, but she had a beautiful soul. What's beautiful is that she stands as an example of someone who didn't get it the first time. Her uncle or cousin Mordecai had to help her see, you know what? I think you were put in this situation to help the Jewish people. But it's okay if you decide not to do the right thing, because we'll figure out how. But don't think you'll be safe just by keeping your mouth quiet. So she stands an example, I feel, for all of us who may not get certain things in our lives right away. And we do get second chances. None of us are supposed to get the right answer correct in very tough situations. So she stands as an example to us, and I hope that as we go on, you'll channel the beauty of who she was, the beauty of people that take stands, the beauty of people that don't just melt into the background, and the beauty of the fact that we are in a community, a holy community, that are descended from the people in Shushan, in the country of Persia, which is today Iran, and that we would do well to continue doing the work in our society that Esther did in hers. Right now, we turn to page 12, Shiru Ladonai.
I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Everyone. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. I will sing unto God a new song.
This is close enough. Not that I don't speak loud enough, but that's okay. Shabbat Shalom and Happy Purim. My name is Sharon Kravitz. I'm co-president of the temple, and myself and Joe Teas welcome you in person. It's so nice to see so many people, and virtually to our temple. Membership committee, thank you so much for your hard work in providing dinner tonight. We should grogger it, huh? Lots of activities are coming up tomorrow at 10 a.m. There's a Shabbat prayer, Torah study, and potluck lunch. And you might have noticed a big box in the foyer. Eliana's for her bat mitzvah is doing a mitzvah project for Kathy's Canine Rescue, which serves to find forever families for homeless dogs and cats. And so she is collecting items till March 31st. Save the date, we are bringing in a band mostly kosher. Some of you might have already heard about them. It's April 5th. We're very excited. So go on our website and see the date and RSVP. Also, it's never too early to RSVP for our second night Seder on April 13th. Rabbi, thank you so much for organizing all the services tonight. And also thank you for delivering all the Judaica items for the people affected by the fires. And thank everybody for all the great donations. We had a lot of stuff, so thank you very much. Rena, it's so nice to have you with us tonight. I got a little glimpse into the spiel. I'm looking forward to it so much. And Danny, it's always nice to have you join us as well. Thank you to all of you that are going to be participating in the spiel. It looks really fun, so I am excited to hear it. Thank you, Eileen and Laura, for being our ushers and greeters tonight. And thank you to our great tech team, David, Chris, and Ryan back there, and for running the chat tonight, Helene. Brandy, it's nice to have you in person instead of running the chat, so it's nice to see you. So, Shabbat greetings from the Magnella family, Ted and Noel Singer, Rita and Bob Ruman, and Leslie Berger. And Leslie did it in honor of her granddaughter's first birthday. So happy birthday. Yes. So emergency exits are through the double doors back there, as well as behind the tech table. Shabbat Shalom and have a nice weekend.
Thank you, Sharon. And I also want to thank the members of the Brotherhood who jumped in. I think Art Hess is not officially a member of the membership committee, so thank you, Art, for jumping in. You're usually really lazy, so it's really out of character, but I appreciate you going, pushing yourself to help David. It's opposite day here at Temple Beth-Or, so it's not true, so thank you, Art. So we're going to continue with Shalom Aleichem on page 24. Please join us.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Malachem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Baruchuni, Baruchuni Lishalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem, Tzedchem Lishalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Serena's playing two roles tonight. One is being a soloist and as the one honored by the community because her birthday's coming up. So she's going to be the one lighting the candles, so please rise. And while you're doing that, I want to thank Sisterhood for making the hamantaschen that we're going to enjoy later. So the blessing for the candles, they are found on page 2. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Rena. Glad you can be with us. Lecha Dodi is found on pages 20 to 21. Yes, please be seated. I saw
Not
everyone
for
shaking.
long, though.
those.
Don't get too comfortable. You
All
can
right.
sit for 3 verses. It was Mardi Gras, so we're bringing in some jazz. Here we go. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, penei penei shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, penei penei shabbat nekabela. La 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 lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, penei penei shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, penei penei shabbat nekabela. Shamor, shamor vezachor bedibor echad. Hishmianu el hameyuchad, Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. Hashemo tiferet v'liti la 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 la. Lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, penei penei shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, penei penei shabbat, likrat shabbat, likrat shabbat, lechu v'nelcha, ki mekor haberacha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshavatecha, la 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 la. Lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, penei penei shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, penei penei hit-oreri. Here we go. Hit-oreri, hit-oreri, ki ba'orech kumi uri, 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 shir daberi, kevod Adonai alayich nigla la la. Lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, penei penei shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, penei shabbat nekabela. Boi b'shalom ateret bala, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני יום סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Please remain standing. Harry Jacob said at the beginning of the time I've been here, you know, Rabbi, we stand up and sit down, and we stand up and we sit down. We're trying not to do that. So please remain standing for the Baruch to begin the evening service. This was the warm-up service. The Baruch is found on page 28.
It's Jewish cardio. La 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 la, I hear it. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Beautiful, la la la. The words. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? One more time. La 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 la, 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 la 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 la. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed, le'olam va'ed. More time. Ya la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
You all have seen Rena appear with Lily and with Ellie, and each of them have had an opportunity to do things on their own. She did this 2 weeks ago, so tonight she'll do a few parts of the service. So she will continue with page 30, Ma'ariv Aravi.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chokhmah poteach she'arim, uvinvuna meshane itim, umahalif et hazmanim, umsader et hakohavim, b'mishberotehem barakir kitzono, b'rei yom v'layla, golol or mibnei hoshev v'hoshev mibnei or, umavir v'in yom unvein layla, umavdil v'in yom unvein layla, Adonai Tzevaot Shemo. El Hai v'Kayam, Tamid Leolam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai HaMa'ariv Aravim.
Amen. So wait here, you're coming back for the Shema, so you might as well say Avat Olam, Rena and Danny.
It is Purim
Rena,
and
Rena.
St. Patrick's Day, two of the drunkest holidays. Can we get our inner intoxicated person? Let's attach it to our voices. We can have so much fun with these two holidays back to back. What a gift. So much alcohol. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael. There we are. Amecha Havta, Amcha Havta. אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בשוקך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ומצוותיך לעולם ועד כי הם חיינו באורך ימינו ובהם נגה יום ולילה נגה יום ולילה ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל אוהב עמו ישראל. We're going to bring back Rena and have everybody join us for the Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Im Kivod Malachuto Leolam Vaed.
Rena will continue with the Ve'ahavta, page 36. As I've told all the young Benot Mitzvah and the adult B'nai Mitzvah, who will start leading parts of the service starting in April. Some of them, all of them are here. This is not a performance. So when Rena is chanting and when Rena is singing, please sing and chant along. To Ve'ahavta, page 36.
ואהבת אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם ושבתך ולתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך ובטחתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי
Vitem Kedoshim Le'Elohechem.
אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתיכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
We now transition from Rena to Rena, and then Rena will be back in a couple of weeks.
We have to start a band.
Ooh.
It's a Jewish band with some Irish music in there.
Page 40. Mi chamocha.
Yasher Koach, indeed. Here we go. Mi chamocha va'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot oseh felesh, nora tehilot oseh felesh. anu v'amru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed
V'ne'emar ki fata Adonai et Yaakov v'galo mel chazak mimenu. Everybody join me. Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael. It's God who redeemed us, just like in the Purim story. We now turn to Hashkivenu, page Jackie Robinson, or 42.
Aw. Breathe. Here we go. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Ushmor tzedkenu uvoenu l'chaim u'shalom me'ata v'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim.
And the middle of 42, or Jackie Robinson's page.
Baruch atah Adonai, haborei sukat shalom aleinu, v'kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim.
Please turn to page Henry Aaron. That'll be the last time, page 44. And please rise. Vishamru.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidoratam. One more time, please, louder. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidoratam verit olam. V'ni uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidoratam verit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim v'et ha'aretz. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidoratam verit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidoratam verit olam. What page? Oh, 40. Oh, we're still in the Jackie Robinson, Amida.
Nope.
No. Which?
46.
Who's 46? What baseball player? Anyone?
It's only a spring training kind of player with a high number. So they can't be anybody. Okay, go ahead.
Page 46. Adonai tzivatai titach ufi agita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei hakol, v'zocher chazdei avot v'imot, u'mevi gula livnei v'neihem, liman shemo b'yahava, melech ozer u'mashiach u'magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atah, Rav lachshia, Moshiv haruach, Umorid hagashem, Mechalkei chayim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim v'rofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato lishenei afar, michamocha bal gevurot, umido melach, melech memir, umechayei, umatzmiach Yeshua. V'ne'emar atah lechayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, mechayei hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, b'chol yom yalucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Please be seated. I have another one. Based on what the rabbi said, there are a couple things we have to do. But first, I have a question. Is Dax number 4? Cool. Then it was Jackie Robinson plus Dak is where you have. I thought of it too late. All right. We are going to go a little quicker than usual. Page 54 is the first of a couple things we'll do before Shalom Rav, because we do have to be sensitive that there are some fun things still to come. Page 54, in the middle of the page. You set aside the seventh day for your name, the pinnacle of creation, and you blessed it above all other days, more sacred than all festival times. So it is written in your Torah, the heaven and the earth were finished in all their array. On the seventh day, God had completed the work that had been done, ceasing then on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, and ceased from all the creative work that God had chosen to do. At the bottom, Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. Page 57. Ever-present one, may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer, wherever we live, wherever we seek you. In this land, in Zion restored, in all lands, you are our God, whom alone we serve in reverence. Baruch atah Adonai, shotcha levadcha b'irana avod. The bottom of 59, or the middle actually. When we behold your heaven, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars that you set in place, what are we humans that you are mindful of us? We mortals that you take note of us. You made us little less than divine, adorned us with glory and majesty. You gave us dominion over your handiwork, laying the world at our feet. How majestic is your name throughout the world. Together, Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha, ochana el hodot. Peace is so important to us as a Jewish people that it is woven into many different prayers in our Siddur. Shalom Rav appears on page 60.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata melech adon lechol
Shalom.
Ki ata melech adon lechol
Shalom.
Shalom Rav
Yisrael Amcha
Tasim
Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael
בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך
Sim leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Sim leolam. Tasim leolam. Tasim leolam.
Even in our most joyous moments, like a wedding, we have a glass that's broken. She might kill me, but someone in this room got married this week, and we're very happy for her. Yay! Just in case you don't want the multitudes in different continents to know, we wish you and your husband much joy, happiness, laughter, love, and vacations in Maui, and we look forward to sharing many happy moments with you. And the other person who wouldn't want her name mentioned, we're happy to have you back after a medical recuperation. It was not as easy as we all thought it might have been in advance. It is now time to pray for the people in our community and beyond who are in need of our prayers. Many of them are members of our synagogue. Others are friends of the community. The Mishaberach prayer is on page 253.
Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Limotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us,
Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing.
And
Let us say, Amen.
at this time, we pray for Noel Singer, Harry Jacobs, Jessica Francesca Bond, Norman Rona, Ari Singer, Rashad Jackson, Joe Gorin, Joe Manriguez, Dina Jastrock, Jana Vainstock, Edward Zimmerman, Charlie Austin, Steve Lee, Karen Holst, Jeff Shear, Flo Ebling, John Morrow, Rabbi Howard Leibson, Kathleen Schmidt, Isaiah Mauricio, and Jenkins, Jim Greenspan, Ted Levoot, good to see you here. Sue Rubin, good to see you here. Estelle Windhorst, Diane Smith, Christine Smith, Sue Craven, Lori Wiesel, Robert Hagler, Peggy Rivka Horwitz, Gloria Schmidt, Sandy Levy, Susan Taylor, and Henrietta Goitzman de Moya. Hostages still being captive, Agres Matan, Matan Shachar Ben Anat, and Alon Ohel, Alon Benedit. Representing all the recovering hostages, Daron Steinbecker, Daron Bat Sarah. and the 3 hostages that are in need of extra special blessings to continue healing, or Levi, Elisha Rabbi, and Ohad Ben Ami. I'm going to say a few names silently. If you have those you'd like to say silently, please do so. And in a minute, I'll ask for a quick sharing of names. I think tonight we'll just have you share all the names at once, and then we'll continue with the second half, so give me a second. We believe in the power of prayer. We believe in the power of a community caring for those in need. So right now we ask you to share the names, and the people around you will be the ones who hear it the most, and it's our job as a community to let the people know that they've been heard. So if you have a name that you'd like added, please say it now. Erden Abat Esther. Carlos Zimmerman. We continue in the middle of page 253 with the second half. Let's keep in mind that healing is not only physical healing. Some people in the room have had surgery, other people other things, but it's for spiritual healing. There's a lot of pain in the community at large, and also emotional healing. As it said on a sign when I forced myself to take a walk the other morning, it's okay to not be okay. And so mental health is very much on our minds as a larger community. And I encourage you to keep in mind all of those categories, not only physical pain. Please rise and join Rena and Danny and the rest of us.
We're going to bring Rena back up. She's going to help me out.
With Elenu?
Elenu!
Rena, I didn't know.
The more Renas, the better. Right?
And Rena's name means queen, so perfect for tonight. Rena Esther, page 282.
Aleinu l'shaveach l'adon hakol, l'atei b'la liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegayei haratzot, v'lo samanu kimishpechot ha'adama, shelo samchakenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechal ha'amonam, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'ne'emar lahaya Adonai lemelech al kol ha'aretz bayom ha'u bayom
At this time, I'd like you to remain standing, but if it's difficult to stand, please be seated. At this time, we'll call people for whom Shloshim is being observed. Alyssa Walker, great niece of Sue Mitchell, our condolences to you. Evelyn Zucker, longtime friend of Ellie Ursus. The following people are those in our community for whom kaddish is being said: Judy Cole, Jose Zimmerman, Joseph Glazer, Ken Kravitz, Ralph Peter Folsom, Adrian, Scott Hell, David Scharf, Laura Block, Socorro Morales, Sheldon Culkin, James Honigman, Tommy Mueller, Sylvia Liederman, Ronnie Silber, Max Meyerson, Eileen Cohn, and Barry Levy. The following individuals are those for whom yahrzeit is being observed, which means they died at the season in years gone by. Rosamund Block, David Gerwich, Selma Levinson, Bill Schloss, Morris Ursus, Esther Kritchmar, David Lawenda, Fanny Glazer, Shirley Grossberg, Sienna Laipi, Myron Crystal, Sydney Dean, Herman Jacobs, Bessie Sarkin, Elias Handel, Lillian Rosenveda, Spanner Jacobs, Ruth Schloss, Leslie Malkin, Victoria Morheim, Eileen Diamond, Rebecca Lipe Katz, and Rebecca Roman. If anyone in the room has someone they'd like to add, if it's into any of these categories, or a friend of a friend, now would be the time. Anyone? Thank you. Thank you.
Jack Kind.
Thank you. We ask those who are reciting Kaddish to join with me, and those who are not but are near people who are saying Kaddish, please scoot a little closer, give them a little loving support, either now or after the service. The Mourner's Kaddish is found on page 294. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, v'alma divrach hirutei v'amlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kari v'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam umei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudasha berichu le'ilah mikol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata da'miram v'alma v'imru Amen. Yehei Shlom Araba min Shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Aseh Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh Shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Rena doesn't know this, but the Rena show has one more thing to do.
Yeah.
Rena's going to do the first blessing of the Kiddush.
But I think it's real wine, because that's
Nope,
always my...
nope.
It's grape juice?
Which may disappoint you, but it's good for Rena and her family.
All right.
Page
Where's
5.
the guy who turns grape juice into wine? Oh, wrong religion.
I hope that wasn't
It's
recorded.
Purim! It's,
Okay.
come on, guys!
All right, give her the mic maybe, and she'll
She's
do
got the mic,
first.
she's
There,
got the mic.
put the mic. No. We're doing the blessing. Oh, it's right there.
Oh.
Page
Why don't I have it?
5.
Oh, yeah.
Ba.
Baruch Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'ahav ratzon, inchlilanu. Zikaron lemase v'reishit, ki hu yom tefila lemikra kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim, ki vanu v'acharta, v'yotanu ki darshta, mikol hamim, v'shabbat kodshecha, V'yava uvratzon hinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha-shabbat. Amen. Drink up.
So I'm going to do something radical.
L'chaim.
We're going to say motzi now, but there'll be a time delay between now and when you eat it. So let's do it now. So then afterwards, when you want to charge to the hamantash and the challah, eat it, but you might feel compelled not to, you can. So join with me. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz, we give thanks to God for bread.
Our voices
In happy chorus, as our prayer is humbly said.
Baruch
Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
All right, please be seated. So someone who is a dear member of the community said, you know, Rabbi, we end on a bit of a down note. We have prayers for those who are ill. We say kaddish, which is serious, that's fine. But we also thought that it's important, especially on Purim night, to change the tone rather drastically. So if the tech team can find the words of Chag Purim, which are, I think it's slide 3 in the Megillah. So that song is going to be Chag Purim, Chag Purim.
Yes, that was right.
Shh, you're giving it away. Okay, that's what we're going to do. And what I want to do, I'm going to keep talking till the slide goes up. And I want to introduce the people that are in the Purim play, the spiel. I debated having a costume parade like the kids have in their religious school, but I thought that really wouldn't be a good idea. But I commend all of you who did dress up. So I want to commend the people that are in the spiel: Leslie, Jody, who's Esther, Eileen, who's Vashti, Izzy's the narrator, Ryan, who's Haman, or the name he was given in the play, Brandy. Harmon, okay. Brandy, Debbie, and subbing for the rabbi is Rena, who's going to be the producer, because she does a better English accent. So let's sing Chag Purim, and then we'll move some things around, and then we'll be ready for the spiel.
Chag Purim, Chag Gadol HaYehudim, Masechot, Rashanim, Shirim v'Rikudim, Havan Arisha, Rash, 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 Havan Arisha, Rash, 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 Havan Arisha, Rash, 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 Bara Ashanim, one more time, Chag Purim, Chag Purim, Chag Gadol HaYehudim, Masechot, Rashanim, Shirim v'Rikudim, Havan Arisha, Rush, Rush, Rush. Havan Arisha, Rush, Rush, Rush. Havan Arisha, Rush, Rush, Rush. Bara Ashanim. Okay, where's my beautiful cast? Can the cast please come up? When Rabbi Len asked what parts of Purim really resonate with you, I have to say that it's the idea of masks this year. And being back here after not seeing all your beautiful faces, I'm glad no one has a mask on right now, because I get to be reunited with so many friends in this beautiful community. Because what's great about being Jewish is even when you don't see each other for a long time, you are still part of the same community. And for that, I am grateful. All right, so you got everything? And now I present a very brief Purim spiel. Let's all get on the mics. Oh, please, let us tell you, so you can understand. This night we'll make fun of Haman's evil plan. Wait, let's stop. We're all in a different key. We're obviously intoxicated. We couldn't, let's, something. All right, great. This is our rehearsal. Welcome. Oh, please. Okay, there we go. I wasn't going to leave us out there like that. Oh, please, let us tell you, so you can understand. This night we'll make fun of Haman's evil plan, of Haman's evil plan, of Haman's evil plan. We're lucky that Queen Esther came in and saved the day, and we'll tell the story in our own special way, in our own special way, in our own special way. when it's Purim, we feel happy inside. It's such a feeling that our joy we can't hide, we can't hide, we can't hide. So sit back and relax. The spiel will soon begin. And listen to the story of how the Jews did win, of how the Jews did win, of how the Jews did win. And when it's Purim, we feel happy inside. It's such a feeling that our joy we can't hide, we can't hide, we can't hide. So sit back and relax. The spiel will soon begin. And listen to the story of how the Jews did win, of how the Jews did win, of how the Jews did win.
Yeah, sound check. Here we go. Hello. Or shall I say cheerio? Welcome to Abbey Road, London's premier Jewish recording studio. We've recorded all the famous albums here. Some of our favorites include Lady Plays Gaga, the Rolling Stones' You Can Always Get What You Want, so long as you whine, and Madonna's hit Like an Amita. We've seen the greats, and today they're recording the final track on Queen's album with mega superstar Vashti UV. Let's head in to witness music history.
Okay, Vashti UV, are you ready for another take? That last one didn't feel right to me. You're still slurring your lyrics.
Excuse me? I've been perfect the last 67 times you've had me sing this song. I'm getting real tired of these notes.
Vashti UV, I know you think you're doing your best, but that's just not enough anymore. I didn't want to tell you this, but if this next Abbey Road produced album doesn't top the charts, we're being shut down, kaput. No more albums from this historic studio.
You know what, Ashas? This isn't my problem anymore. I'm tired of saving your tukish. I am done. I'm going to America, where I hear they release thousands of mediocre albums every day. Peace. I'm out.
Harmon, get in here.
Yes, ma'am?
Harmon, we've lost our top vocalist, and if we don't replace her within the next 9 minutes, we will have to shut down.
9 minutes? You mean if we don't find a fabulous and talented singer the next 9 minutes, we won't get to the Megillah reading and the Onig?
Harmon, yes. Find me the best, the next Aretha Franklinberg, Sherowitz, or even another Taylor Swiftstein.
I'm on it, boss. Finally. It's my time to take Abbey Road, the place I want it to be, and that means no Jews. I am Harmon.
Esty, it's your Auntie Maureen, and I just heard the best news. Vashti UV broke her contract with Abbey Road, and they're desperate to find the next major recording star to save the studio. This is your chance.
Oh, Auntie Maureen, I've only ever sang in local talent shows. Do you really think I have what it takes to save Abbey Road?
Well, dear, someone's got to do it, because if they don't, then two terrible things happen. One, Abbey Road closes, and two, we don't get to hear the Megillah and Nosh after services. But there's a catch, Esty. This is London, and they don't much care for the Jews here. So when you go in to sing for them, do not tell them you won Miss Future Jewish Leader of Shushan last year. As a matter of fact, just tell them your name is Esty. It's short for Saint Esty of Churchtown.
Yes, Auntie Maureen.
Inside the studio, auditioners are auditioning for producer Achash.
It's Purim, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's Purim, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's Purim, yeah, yeah, yeah. You think you've got the blues? Well, I have news today. Put that frown aside. It's Purim, let's go play. Hey, it's Purim, and you know that can't be bad. Oi, 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 it's Purim, and we think you should be glad. Oh, I think you ought to know it's time for all good cheer. We celebrate the day with Ruach every year. Hey, it's Purim, and you know that can't be bad. Oi, 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 it's Purim, and we think you should be glad. Oh, it's Purim. Yeah, 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 it's a Purim. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And with a day like that, you know you should be glad. You think you've got the blues? Well, I have news today. Put that frown aside. It's Purim, let's go play. Hey, it's Purim, and you know that can't be bad. Oi, 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 it's Purim, and we think you should be glad. Oh, it's Purim. Yeah, 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 it's Purim. Yeah, yeah, yeah. With a day like this, you know you should be glad. With a day like that, you know you should be glad. With a day like that, you know you should be glad. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. I liked it, but maybe someone a little more recently married.
I need somebody help. Not just anybody help. Will someone please help?
Well, I don't believe that, because you were just married, so you did find someone to love. Well, I don't know what we're going to do. These women, Harmon, get in here. You and your hat. These women can't save Chabby Road. We need a star, someone who can bring us to the top of the charts.
Well, there's one more girl waiting in the room. Apparently her name is Saint Esty of Churchtown.
Oh, well, I've never heard of Churchtown, but they sound fancy and rich. Let's hope she can save Chabby Road.
Very well. I will go get her for you.
Hello again. So I'd love to interject here. Save us some time. As I could tell, a few of you are just itching to eat those delicious hamantashen. So Harmon goes out to the lobby to get Esty. But before he does, he runs into Maureen, who's going to move her car while Esty auditions. Maureen actually parked in the loading zone. She can't afford another ticket. So on her way back in, Harmon saw her, and this happened.
You there, are you Jewish?
Yes, I am. Why do you ask? I have to run. Don's gonna give me a ticket.
Well, once Chabby Road is saved by a lady from Churchtown, I'm going to have all people, especially the Jews, bow down to me. It has always been a dream of mine to be on the receiving end of a bow. Plus, I don't care much for Jews, and therefore, after you bow, I'd like you to return to your car and leave. Also, if it goes as planned, Jews won't have to worry about bowing down at all, because I will have them all banished from this city. So pack your legs, Lady McJewstein.
But just then we hear Esther's beautiful voice filling Chabby Road.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one.
Auntie Maureen and Harmon rushed into the mixing booth to witness this miraculous performance.
Saint Asti of Churchtown, you're incredible! Just the voice we need to save Abbey Road.
Niece Esti, I'm so proud of you.
What did you say? Did you just call her a niece? Whoa, does that mean this singer is, dare I say, Jewish?
What's going on, Armin? I'm trying to tell this girl from Churchtown that she's going to save Abbey Road.
But ma'am, I believe this girl from Churchtown is actually an imposter, and that she's most likely never even stepped inside a church, because if I've done the math, and this woman right here really is her aunt, and she's Jewish, and she's parked in a loading zone, then all the facts point to her being, wait for it, narrator, please gasp again that Esti is Jewish.
What? Well, I'm not going to take orders from that anti-Semite. As a matter of fact, I'm tired of him spewing all his nonsense. I think Abbey Road would be better off without him.
Who are you? And why are you in my recording studio?
Oh, right. Well, it's all groovy, baby. I'm the narrator. I'm technically not in the story. I'm just assuming you'd like to hear the Megillah and nosh on some cookies soon. You know, I'm just here trying to move the story along.
I appreciate that, man.
May I please speak? Oh. First, I'd like to thank my Auntie Maureen for bringing me here today. Yes, she told me to hide my Jewish faith because she'd read in the London Times that this wasn't a safe place for Jews. And after hearing a phone call that Harmon was on in the lobby before my audition, I knew that he had planned on banishing all the Jews he could. But you know what? I know my aunt believed in me, and I also knew that Abbey Road deserved to be saved, and so I put aside my fears and sang from the heart. Thank you, Auntie Maureen, for believing in me, but I just can't stay silent anymore.
I have so much respect for you, my child, and I'm proud to be auntie of such a proud Jewish woman. And not any Jewish woman, the first place winner of Miss Future Jewish Leader of Shushan.
All right. Enough mushy stuff. To clarify what has happened, Esti is Jewish, my trusty assistant is showing his true colors and wants to banish the Jews, and Auntie Maureen thinks it's okay to park in the loading zone. Okay, well, as producer of Abbey Road and an all-around important girl, I've made my decision. Abbey Road will stay open due to the talents and chutzpah of Esti of,
Oh, sorry about that. Not St. Esti of Churchtown, but rather Esti of Hightown.
Esti of Hightown will be our new recording headliner. Her Aunt Maureen will be in charge of parking. And after some serious reflection on myself, I've decided that anti-Semitism has no place in Abbey Road, for we make music that speaks of peace and inclusion, and therefore I banish you, Harmon, to outer Essex to live out your days with the sheep and cattle. Please live. You can have one more line before you leave. Oh, no, that's me. Oh, that's my line. Good riddance. Now let's do what we do best here at Abbey Road and sing. What would you do if I said the wrong thing? Would you tell me to vacate the throne? What would you think think if I listened to him, would you leave me to be all alone? Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. Oh, I could try with a little help from my friends. Ooh, I rely with a little help from my friends.
What would it mean if you found out today I was Jewish and not what you thought? Would you still care about me the same way? Would you treat me okay like you ought? Oh, I'd get by with a little help from my friends, and I would try with a little help from my friends, and I'd rely a little help from my friends.
We must help everybody. We want the Jews to be free, but there be anybody named Harmon and his evil decree. Ooh, we get by with a little help from my friends. Ooh, I could try with a little help from my friends. Ooh, I rely with a little help from my friends. Ooh, I could try with a little help from my friends. Ooh, I'd rely with a little help from my friends. Yes, I get by with a little help from my friends. The cast of the Purim Spiel.
Everyone, thank you to Rena who wrote this.
Thank you, Rena. Thank you, Danny. So what we're going to do now, after you finish getting autographs from the various stars that are sitting amongst you, we're going to now turn to the reading of the Megillah, because we have Hamantash and cookies waiting for us. So if anybody would like to read some of the parts, that would be great. Last year you didn't want to, so I read the whole thing. But please raise your hand or your voice, and I'm happy to bring the mic to you. So, just keep going. Page 5. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al mikra Megillah. Next. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam sh'asa nisim lavoteinu bayamim hahem bazman hazeh. And join with me on page 7. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Amen. So we'll go back and forth, mostly in English. We'll do a tiny bit in Hebrew. So it's the next slide. You guys will just follow. Vayihi b'mei Achashverosh hu Achashverosh hamelech me'hodu vad kush sheva v'esrim u'mea medina. B'yamim ahem b'shevet hamelech Achashverosh al kisei malchuto asher b'shushan habira. Bishnat shalosh l'malcho asa mishteh l'chol sarav avadav. In the 3rd year of his reign, that is Achashverosh's reign, he gave a banquet for all the officials and courtiers, the administration of Persia and Media, the nobles and the governors of the provinces in his service. For no fewer than 180 days, he displayed the vast riches of his kingdom and the splendid glory of his majesty. A long time ago, in Persia, in a city called Shushan, there lived a king by the name of Achashverosh. The king had a wife named Vashti. Yay, Vashti. One night, King Achashverosh had a party at his palace, and he ordered the Queen Vashti to dance for his guests. Queen Vashti, yay, Vashti, was a strong-minded woman who didn't take orders from anyone, even her husband, the king. She put her hands on her hips, and we all say, absolutely not. That made the king very angry. He shook his finger and cried, ignore the wishes of the king. You are banished from my court. And so Vashti was swept from the room with a swish of her dress. Over the next few weeks, King Ahasuerus became very lonely. He missed his queen, although he could never admit it to anyone. He called for his advisor, get ready. Haven't said the name, so you get to make the noise again. Haman. And told him that he wanted to find a new wife. It was decided that there would be a beauty pageant and that the king would choose his bride from among the contestants. Reality TV in Persia. Word about the pageant spread throughout the land, and it came to the attention of a man named Mordecai, who some people call Maureen, who had a beautiful cousin named Hadassah. In the fortress Shushan lived a Jew by the name of Mordecai, son of Yair, son of Shimei ben Kish, a Benjamite. Kish had been exiled from Jerusalem in the group that was carried into exile, along with King Jeconiah of Judah, which had been driven into exile by King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon. He was foster father to Hadassah, that is Esther. So Hadassah was his Hebrew name. Hadassah was her Hebrew name. Esther was her secular name. His uncle's daughter, for she had neither father nor mother. The maiden was shapely and beautiful, and when her father and mother died, Mordecai adopted her as his own daughter. When Mordecai heard about the pageant, he had a brilliant idea. Let's read together. If my cousin Hadassah enters the beauty pageant, perhaps she can win the eye of the king. After all, it couldn't hurt to have a friend in the palace. And so it came to pass, Hadassah's name was changed to Esther in order to hide her identity, and she did indeed win the beauty pageant and became queen. One day, when Mordecai went to the palace to visit her, he overheard 2 guards at the palace gate plotting to kill the king. He hurried to the palace and told Esther, who revealed a plot to the king, saving his life. When the king heard about the loyalty of Mordecai, he ordered it to be written in the royal records. Back in those days, my translation, at that time when Mordecai was sitting in the palace gate, Bigtan and Teresh, 2 of the king's officials who guarded the threshold, became angry and plotted to do away with King Ahasuerus. Mordecai learned of it, which we just learned, and told it to the queen. Okay, next page. Sometime after these things had happened, the king promoted Haman above all his other advisors. While all the people in Shushan bowed down to Haman because they feared for their lives, Mordecai said, everybody, Jews do not bow down to anyone but God. Haman decided it was not enough to punish only Mordecai, but also all the Jews of Persia. I know, big uh-oh. And the Jews found themselves in great danger because of this one man who refused to bow down to the king's wicked advisor. Haman decided to cast lots, in Hebrew Purim, in order to decide the day he would get rid of the Jews. So the Purim were cast, and the 13th of Adar was the day that was chosen. Then Haman told the king, together, there's a group of people who do not obey the king's laws. If it pleases the king, let there be an edict issued for their destruction. The king agreed. The edict was issued and distributed throughout the kingdom. Vayomer Haman lemelech Achashverosh sheshno am echad mefuzar meforad bein ha'amim bechol medinot malchutecha v'datehem shonot mikol am. So it's practically the same, but I think it's a little stronger in the fuller version. because the Jews are really pushed aside because they weren't like everybody else. And then at the bottom, and who do not obey the king's laws, and it is not in your majesty's interest to tolerate them. If it please your majesty, another big let an edict be drawn for their destruction, and I will pay 10,000 talents of silver to the stewards for deposit in the royal treasury. Thereupon the king removed his signet ring from his hand and gave it to Haman, son of Hammedatha, glad that name's no longer used, the Agagite, the foe of the Jews. And the king said, the money and the people are yours to do with as you see fit. Meanwhile, when Mordecai and all the Jews of Persia read the edict, they were very scared. They refused to eat and cried all day long together, Oy vey, oy vey, oy vey. The 13th of Adar was approaching. Mordecai told Esther that it was time. She told the king that if the Jewish people were to be destroyed, she would be included. Esther was very afraid to approach the king because she remembered what had happened to Queen Vashti. Mordecai had this message delivered to Esther. Do not imagine that you of all the Jews will escape with your life by being in the king's palace. On the contrary, if you keep silent in this crisis, relief and deliverance will come to the Jews from another quarter, while you and your father's house will perish. And who knows, perhaps you have attained to this royal position for just such a crisis. Then Esther sent back an answer to Mordecai. Go assemble all the Jews who live in Shushan and fast in my behalf. Do not eat or drink for 3 days, night or day. I and my maidens will observe the same fast. Then I shall go to the king, though it is contrary to the law. And if I am to perish, I shall perish. So Mordecai went about the city and did just as Esther had commanded him. Swallowing her fear, Esther entered the king's chamber and said, To go, king, I came to invite you to a special feast that I have prepared for you and Haman. The king said, Anything you wish, anything you desire, even up half my kingdom is yours. The feast was a smashing success. King Ahasuerus again offered Queen Esther anything she desired. She said, How about another feast tomorrow? And be sure to bring Haman. The king ordered it so. The next morning, Haman passed by the palace gate, and Mordecai did not bow down. Again, Haman became very angry. Wow, he needs dental work. He complained to his family and friends. After all, he was a man honored by the king and even invited to another feast by the queen for that very evening. Yet all he could think about was Mordecai the Jew, who would not bow down to him. Haman decided the tall gallows to be built to hang Mordecai. Yay, Mordecai. Haman said, Let the attire and the horse be put in the charge of one of the king's noble courtiers, and let the man whom the king desires to honor be attired and paraded on the horse through the city square, while they proclaim before him, This is what is done for the man whom the king desires to honor. So hang on. The context of this, very quickly, is the king couldn't sleep one night. Anyone else relate? And so when he couldn't sleep, because they didn't have phones, so he couldn't go on Facebook or check sports scores, he said to his courtiers, Can you bring that book of the royal records? And when he was reading, he stayed awake long enough to hear that Mordecai had saved his life. And he said, Did anyone ever honor him? No. So the next day he asked Haman, What do you think the king should do to honor someone so deserving of being so good to the king? And then that's what Haman said, so let's see what happens. Did I read that one? No. Quick then, said the king to Haman, get the garb and the horse as you have said, and do this to Mordecai the Jew who sits in the king's gate. Omit nothing of all you have proposed. So Haman took the garb reluctantly and the horse reluctantly and arrayed Mordecai. Look in the Hebrew. He took the clothing and he put it on Mordecai and paraded him, that is Mordecai and the horse, through the city square. And Haman proclaimed before him, "This is what is done for the man whom the king desires to honor." The night after the first feast, getting back to that part of the story, the king could not, you know what, skip over this because we did it. It gets out of order. I borrowed this from a friend. We have to rearrange it for next year. The king, we did this too. Okay, go ahead. Haman. Yeah, we did this too, but let's all read together. Could it be that this man who refused to bow down to me would now be honored throughout Shushan? And then to make matters worse, King Ahasuerus ordered Haman himself to lead Mordecai to the center of the city, riding the king's favorite horse. Okay, let's see. Thereupon, getting back to the main part of the story, King Ahasuerus demanded of Queen Esther, "Who is he and where is he who dared to do this?" Because the part, it's not quite contiguous, she said that someone wanted to kill the Jews, and I think she's admitted by this time that she's Jewish. The adversary and enemy, well, she doesn't have that deep a voice. The adversary and the enemy, replied Esther, is this evil Haman? And Haman, because they're all still at the party, cringed in terror before the king and the queen. The king in his fury left the wine feast for the palace garden, while Haman remained to plead with Queen Esther, yea, Queen Esther, for his life, for he saw that the king had resolved to destroy him. Afterwards, Haman again complained to his family and friends, but it was time for the guard to escort him to the palace for the second feast. Skipping. She spoke bravely to her husband, telling him the terrible news. So, okay, let's go. I didn't put this together. King Ahasuerus is outraged. Let's read at the bottom because it's kind of fun. You wicked, evil man, I told the king about your plan to destroy the Jews, including me. Okay, second last chapter. Mordecai left the king's presence in royal robes of blue and white with a magnificent, this is what he wore on the horse, with a blue and white, those Jewish colors, or Dodger colors, with a magnificent crown of gold and a mantle of fine linen and purple wool. And the city of Shushan rang with joyous cries. Yay, Jews. The Jews enjoyed light and gladness, happiness and honor. Can you go back? The Hebrew, I think, is also what's done at a wedding. No, this is what's done when we say Kiddush. We say La Yehudim Aita Arav Simchavas. No, it's at Havdalah. La Yehudim Aita Arav Simchavason Vikar. Anyway, go ahead. And in every province, in every city, when the king's command and decree arrived, there was gladness and joy among the Jews, a feast and a holiday. And many of the people of the land professed to be Jews, for the fear of the Jews had fallen upon them. The king yelled at Haman and sentenced him to be hung on the gallows he had built for Mordecai. And that was the end of the wicked Haman. Mordecai recorded these events, and he sent dispatches to all the Jews throughout the provinces of King Ahasuerus, near and far, charging them to observe the 14th and 15th days of Adar every year, the same days on which the Jews enjoyed relief from their foes, and the same month which had been transformed for them from one of grief and mourning to one of festive joy. They were to observe them as days of feasting and merrymaking, and as an occasion to send gifts to one another and presents to the poor. Go back one thing for a second. At the bottom it says Mishloach Manot, that's the packages, and then at the bottom Matzanot Levionim. Those are still customs today, as you know. Next. Thank you. And on this day, the Jews of Persia defended themselves and were victorious. They were grateful for having been saved, and there was light and joy, gladness and honor. La Yehudim Aita Arav Simcha Vazason Vikar. Let's see if there's another. There may not be. Kol sason v'kol simcha. Oh, here we go. And once there was a wicked, wicked man, and Haman was his name. Oh, he lied and lied about the Jews. They were not to blame. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. And Nasham Hamintashin. And Esther was the lovely queen of King Ahasuerus. When Haman said he'd hurt us all, oh my, how he did scare us. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. And Nasham Hamintashin. Esther had a cousin, and his name was Mordecai. He asked her, can you help us? She said, of course I'll try. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. And Nasham Hamintashin. When Esther, speaking to the king of Haman's plot, made mention. Ha ha, said he, oh no he won't. I'll spoil his bad intention. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. And Nasham Hamintashin. In spite of Haman's awful plan and the scare he gave us, Queen Esther was so good and kind. She knew just how to save us. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. And Nasham Hamintashin. Thank you, everybody, especially the tech team that have to work very hard today. Thank you, Rena. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, everybody who's here. You made all the difference. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shabbat Shalom, Chag Purim, Sameach.